Hi, everybody. This is really exciting. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you all for being here. I'm thrilled to be here. So, yes, I'm going to be talking about playwriting education and empathy as a tool for social change. So, I'm going to start actually with my own life a little bit. Oh, the picture's not there. That's very sad. It was a picture of my parents and I, which is a beautiful picture. So I was really lucky to have grown up in a family of artists with parents that are opera singers. So that means that when I was a child, I traveled around the world with them, and I was able to see them performing different worlds, different roles, different languages, and experimenting with many sides of themselves on stage. And from the wings, I really learned the incredible transformative power of performance. So following in my parents' footsteps, I decided to get my graduate degree in performance as public practice at the University of Texas at Austin. And while I was there, I had a wonderful mentor who has a beautiful theory, which she calls the Utopian Performatives, which I understand utopian performatives to mean moments that happen in live performance between the audience and the performer in which space is opened up to imagine a better world, a more just world. So we have this experience together in these shared moments of live performance where we are able to glimpse a better future for ourselves and for the world that we live in. And then we are so empowered by that moment that we want to leave the theater and we want to do better work. We want to make the world a better place. So I was really excited about that theory. And that, coupled with my interest in feminism and being a feminist, I decided I wanted to focus my work on solo autobiographical performance. And the reason I'm drawn to autobiography is that in performance, the idea that a personal story has value, that you, no matter who you are, can tell your own story. You don't have to wait for someone else to tell it for you. That's a really powerful thing. And it brings marginalized voices and underrepresented voices to the stage, to center stage. And so I was really invested in that in Texas with the program Girl Action that I helped to run. But my own personal story involves a parent who is heroically surviving cancer, and another parent who's heroically taking care of him. And so I decided I really wanted to come back to the East Coast. So I came back from Texas, and I was really looking for work that would fulfill me in the same way, bringing underrepresented voices to the stage. And that's what brought me here, and I landed my gig at the Manton Avenue Project, which I'm super excited to talk about today. The Manton Avenue Project's mission is to nurture the unique potential of young people that live in Olneyville, which is right down the street here, by unleashing their creative voices and uniting them with professional artists to create original theater. And we do that through playwriting. So young people write plays, and then we produce their plays with professional actors on stage. We're really founded on the belief that it is our job to recognize and respect young voices, that young people have something to say, and it's important that we listen. And so that is really what we're saying. We're saying, you have the stage, you tell us your story, you tell us what you want us to hear, and we're listening to you. So I believe it's a really radical act. Most of the kids that we work with are young people of color. There are people from immigrant families, mostly from Guatemala, Mexico, El Salvador, Ghana. And so we're saying, this is your stage. What do you want to tell us? What's your story? The place where we start, our kids start with us in 3rd grade, and now we work with kids all the way through high school. But when they join the Manton Avenue Project, their first job is to learn how to write a character outline. And a character outline is telling us the whole emotional landscape of your character. So I ask the 3rd graders, tell me, let's choose an object in the room. So they look around the clubhouse and they see a pencil or a marble, or they look out the window and they see a cloud. what is the biggest fear of that cloud? What is its greatest dream? What does it want more than anything? Who is the family that it takes care of? And I think this is a really important part of playwriting, right? Because you can imagine yourself looking through the eyes of a cloud. And if you can do that, then I think it becomes easier to imagine yourself in the shoes of your neighbor or a stranger. So, empathy, the way that I understand it, is imagining yourself, right, in the shoes of another person, or being able to look at the world through their eyes, or feel the world from their emotional landscape. But it's also about understanding the self, because in order to put yourself into someone else's shoes, you kind of have to know yourself. You have to be able to experiment with yourself a little bit. And the way that I see self is that it is fluid. It is not fixed. It is always shifting and swimming and moving and in progress. The self can shift through and swim through the little cracks and crevices of a character and find pieces of itself there, find little mirrors there. Empathy allows us to shine a flashlight under a character's bed and find our own dusty socks underneath. And so that's what playwriting does, and that's what we're trying to teach at the Manton Avenue Project. But more importantly, I think, is what the young people are teaching us and what they can teach the audience. The young people that write plays with the Manton Avenue Project, they often do not tie a neat bow at the end of the play, but they are always seeking out social justice for their characters. They are always trying to make it right. And they do this in the most beautiful, simple ways. Simple and yet very courageous, very risky ways. These solutions that our young people find to whatever problems their characters are facing, the solutions are also always just as simple as reaching across from the self to the other to say, I'm sorry, to say, let's be friends, to say, I see you. Do you want to go get a sandwich? I love you. Do you want to be my friend? I'm sorry that your family left you here on this planet, but I'm your family now. I am your family now. I will take care of you. It's my responsibility. We're all in this together. We are all in this together. And to me, that is what we all can learn from Manton Avenue Project. And to me, those moments of reaching across, those risky moments that the characters take in these plays, are the moments where we can glimpse a utopian performative, right? A moment of hope, of imagining a better world together, and leave the theater wanting to do better ourselves. So I am privileged to have this job because I get to see young people practicing creative empathy every day. And I am so honored to introduce you to some of their work here today so that you can see it for yourself and so it can speak for itself. Thank you so much. Come on in.
Merci. Thank you for coming. I know this has been a difficult time, but I thought of a plan to get our jobs back. Step 1, I will be going to Michael's office with Riley when he's by himself, because that way it will be 2 against 1. And 2 will always win against 1. Step 2, I will attempt to negotiate to get our jobs back. Our list of demands includes breaks at work, safer machines, safer working conditions, better wages, equal pay for men and women too. We want something by giving him something, and he wants something by giving us our demands. Whoever is the better negotiator wins. I am a good negotiator. No, really, I am. I will attempt to get as much as what we want as possible without having to compromise too much. This is not the end. I've been through a lot. My dad died when I was a little girl, and I had to leave my fiancé and move to Rhode Island to seek my fortune. All of my customers are here. Some of you know me. I used to cut your hair, and I would do anything that you needed. If you had a headache, I would give you medicine. If you couldn't see far away, I gave you glasses. If you had a cavity, I filled it. And now I work in a factory, but I still help people. I'll still help you. I didn't give up, so you don't give up. Let's do this together.
They call me Barnaby's Castle. I was given life in 1875. I know, I'm old. I live on Broadway Avenue. My owner wasn't such a bad guy himself. He loved me so much. He ranted on to his wife and daughters about how much it took to make me, which was about $2 million. My old man, Jerusalem Barnaby, was so great. He could sit and stare in admiration for hours. After a while, it did make me uncomfortable. I mean, who wants some old guy staring at them all the time? The Barnabys were just great. Every Christmas, they would hold an extravagant Christmas party. From the rooftop down to the floor of the cellar, music would fill my bones. Lights would gleam all around and make the party lit. More importantly, I was a place for great ready-to-wear clothing. All the big guys of the time would send their wives and daughters with boatloads of money to come and buy the most beautiful dresses for their banquets, parties, or dinners. In 1888, my life really changed. I had surgery. Just kidding, but I really did have an extension added to me. The brilliant Barnaby added another story. He used to sit in there for hours, just deepening his intellect. I felt a real deep connection with my owner. But now, it's 2016, and my owner, the great Barnaby, is dead and gone along with his family. I stand here and I'm losing my grandeur. My walls that were once filled with music are now filled with cobwebs. The lights just don't gleam anymore. I wish I could be used for something. I know what I could be used for. I could be a historical exhibit on Broadway. I mean, I am filled with the rich history of Rhode Island. Or I could be a hall that could be rented for extravagant parties. I have the space for it. Or simply, I could just be a homeless shelter to all the people out there. Everyone needs a home, especially the homeless people, during the harsh winters. The community has done a lot for me, and I want to return the offer.
Hello. Can you see me? I'm all old and ruined. I wish I could just go back. I wish someone had a heart to adopt this poor little wedding cake house. Could just remember like it was just yesterday. I was built in 1867. Laura and Anna opened me as a dressmaking shop from 1915 to 1947. All I could see were women making dresses. I could see the needles going in and out. I could feel the fresh building. I could smell the Italian food they always made. Pizza, pasta, lasagna, everything with cheese. But as days went by, Anna started to become weak and sadly died. After she died, everything got closed. I could see Laura wrapping things up and putting it all away. I could feel myself getting older and older. Everything was gone. I just want to be opened again. I want to go back. I want to see the girls with their beautiful dresses on. I want to see the women and girls working together to create something beautiful.
Someday, oh someday, I know she will change someday. Someday, oh someday, I know she will change someday. Stupid is the name she will call me. Punching is the way she will treat me. She gossips about me, I don't know why. She's so mean, she makes me cry. Someday, oh someday, I know she will change someday. Someday, oh someday, I know she will change someday. When she changes, we'll be friends. When she changes, we'll be good friends. When she changes, oh when she changes, when she changes, we'll be friends. Someday, oh someday, I know she will change someday. Someday, oh someday, I know she will change someday.
Bow. Amazing. Thank you so much.